Welcome back to the fourth part of a four-part training segment from Your REO Store. I'm Ronnie Hale. Again, I'm the principal broker. I've got 26 years worth of experience in real estate markets, and I want to pass on some of that to you. Today, what we're going to talk about is investment strategies. We're going to pick the two biggest main investment strategies, and we're going to talk about how they relate to different aspects of the market cycle and which ones to pick in which aspects. The two biggest ones are this. The two biggest investment strategies are to buy a piece of property at one price and to sell at another price. Preferably, we buy at $100,000 and we sell at $200,000. And that is something that works very well on what's called the appreciation side of the cycle. We're all familiar with this. We all have a tendency to be able to do this. Everybody kind of understands that. We rode the last cycle this way. The question is in each cycle, the thing you need to ask yourself is, where are you at in this appreciation cycle? Remember, you could be at the beginning, you might be at the middle, and you could be at the top. The problem that a lot of us had in the last cycle is that we tend to catch on too late, and we bought in this last aspect, perhaps actually after it had turned, still thinking that it was appreciating, so we bought at what's called the top of the market. Okay? Second investment strategy is to create cash flow. So it's a buy and rent investment strategy. Okay? This strategy works really well at different pieces and in different parts of the real estate cycle. One of the things you'll find here is that if your rent for a given property is $1,000, if you buy here when it's worth $100,000, you're going to get a specific return. If you buy when it's at $200,000, you're going to get half the return on your money. So if you're buying here at the top of the market, that may or may not be the best time to buy to get into a buy and hold. On the other hand, as we've discussed, you have the decline, okay, in a market, and you have the bottom. It's one of the places, one of the things that we tend to be experiencing right now in many parts of the country. Some parts are still going down. Some parts of real estate, some aspects, some of the higher end homes still going down. Some of the lower end homes have leveled out in various markets. They're beginning to stabilize. Okay, that's a prime opportunity and a prime time. It is the best time when you know that a market's at the bottom. The house is not going to go down any farther in price, and you know what the rents are going to be. So one of the things you need to look at is, where are you at? If I'm buying a house for $50,000 at the bottom, and it used to be worth $150,000, okay, my return on this at $1,000 is going to be much higher than it would have been at that $150,000. So the strategy, providing you're at the bottom of a market, on a buy and hold and rent it out so you can hold it through the next appreciation cycle, is a tremendous strategy that you need to take advantage of. Buying and flipping homes, they really don't work here at the bottom because the opportunity to actually buy them with a big enough margin doesn't exist. So the two biggest, as I said, the two biggest strategies are to buy and hold and sell when it goes up, or to buy and hold and rent it out. And knowing where you're at in a market cycle, knowing, for example, that California may be at the bottom of a cycle right now. However, a house cost me $500,000 there. I'm going to get $1,500 a month in rent. And I love California. Don't let me pick on it. However, I could go to Kansas City, I could go to Atlanta, I could go to Florida, I could go to Texas, I could go to Chicago, I could go to a dozen markets. And I could buy the same home for $50,000, and I'm going to get $1,000 in rent. After I've paid my costs and those things, my return on my money, the ROI that I get is much higher in those markets than it is in California. The question you have to ask yourself is, okay, if I'm living someplace other than when the hottest, best markets are for this, how do I get into it? How do I safely invest, minimize my risk, maximize my return? Give us a call. We'll walk you through that. Have a nice day.